yeah, so I guess this is like my first story time on this channel. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Brianna and I'll be participating in the DCP this spring. Today's video is actually a long time coming. I've been wanting to talk about my audition experience with Disney for a while because I feel like it's pretty unique. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to stick around until the end of this video. The end of my audition is basically where it got really emotional for me, but also because I'm gonna leave a little Snapchat of my reaction when I found out that I got through all 3 rounds of auditions and that I was being considered for a face character in the parks. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and stick around. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start this video by just giving you guys a quick little rundown of the way that a Disney audition should go, or at least the way that I was expecting it to go after watching a bunch of vlogs before I auditioned in September. So basically I showed up to my audition expecting that there were going to be 3 distinct parts of it. The first round I thought was just going to be a very simple like parade march towards the judge where you're waving. It's just like a couple of 8 counts. It's really easy, and then they make cuts after that. The second round is supposed to be like an intermediate dance. It's going to be harder than the parade dance, but not like super hard. It's not supposed to be a huge deal, but you're going to do that dance a couple times and then they're going to make cuts again. And then your last part of your audition is going to be your animations. And the best way to explain animations is basically Disney will give you a specific scenario and they'll want to see how well you can tell that story with your body without talking. So for example, Disney will say something like, okay, now pick a job to do, and you're gonna have to pick a job that you can show with your body without making noise, without talking, but still exaggerate your movements and show Disney this story that you're telling. That's basically the 3 specific rounds, and they make cuts after each one, and then at the very end they might keep you if they really like you and if they are considering you for a parade performer or face character. Just because you make it to the end does not mean you are chosen. So it's very much a process that you don't know a lot about. You have no idea what the judges are looking for. They might only be looking for people who are under 5'5". They might only be looking for people who are over 5'5". You just don't know. So that's just a quick rundown of how the audition goes. I'm gonna go into more specifics when I talk about my experience. So yeah, let's get into that. So my experience actually went 1,000 times better than I could have ever imagined that it went. I'm not a dancer. I have 0 dance experience, not graceful. You could ask anyone who knows me. So I came into my audition expecting to just have a really great time. I expected to have fun and make friends and have a great lifetime experience, you know, and that definitely did happen. It was really awesome. I just wasn't expecting to make it past the first round. The first round was actually really challenging for me because for whatever reason, maybe it's because we didn't have enough people at the audition or whatever, but we skipped the whole easy march thing and we went straight into the intermediate dance for our very first round, and I was internally screaming the entire time that they taught us this dance. Like, let me tell you, it was very fast and very energetic, and there were a couple specific techniques that I didn't know, obviously, so it was a little hard for me to keep up. It was really bad, like so bad that when the choreographer would go over something and she's like, let's do another rep because some of you look lost. I felt like she was always looking at me. I mean, maybe she wasn't, or maybe it was subconscious, or maybe I was just freaking out, but I swear that she would like look at me whenever she said something like that because I was always behind. I was always finishing after everyone else, turning the wrong way, all that stuff. So the dance portion just did not go well for me. After everyone does their dance, they make cuts and they call all the numbers that they want to stay. And I was not expecting to have my number called at all. I wasn't even really paying attention when she was calling numbers because I was just so 100% sure she wasn't gonna call mine. I was looking down, not paying attention, and when she did, I was like, wait, what? Like, what? And I was scared that I heard her wrong because when everyone left and it was just me and some really amazing dancers and really pretty people, I was just kind of like, why am I here? So that's how the first round for me went. It was very stressful, probably like the most stressed I've ever been in my life. I was trying so hard to smile so big at the judge and recover from all the mistakes I made, because you know your girl made like a million mistakes. I was trying hard to smile, but it probably looked something more like this. Like the entire time, not even genuine smiling, just scared smiling. Moving on, when we did our animations after cuts, I actually felt really good about it because I have a little bit of experience in theater when I was younger, and I used to be on an improv troupe and I really liked improv. So when they explained what animations were, I was actually pretty excited. I was like, okay, I don't have to do the dance anymore. Let me forget about the dance, and now I can just focus on telling this story with my body and being funny and being fun and just letting loose and having an amazing time. I made a lot of eye contact with the judge. I think she laughed a couple times. It was great. It was a great time. The animation basically went just like the dance. They put you in groups of 5 and they had you do it like 1 or 2 times, and they put music on in the background, and you just had to tell your story, do whatever scenario that they asked you to do, and that was the end of animations. I think it's definitely the funnest part of a Disney audition because you can just be so goofy and let loose. After animations, they did make cuts. Probably another like about half of the people there were asked to leave. I'm not sure if it's like this for every audition, but the only people left at my audition after animations were people who were being considered for parade performers and face characters. And I knew I obviously wasn't being asked to stay for parade performer because not a dancer. So I was really surprised when she told us that I was being considered for a face character. I think that right then I was already about to cry, but it gets worse. Basically, the only thing you have to do after they tell you that you're being considered for a face character is that they just take your headshot. And because I was number 41, I was the highest number in that group of girls getting their headshots taken. There were about 7 of us, so we all lined up in numerical order, and she took headshots, and that was great. All the girls were so sweet, so beautiful, and some of them actually are character performers for spring, so that's amazing. I'm super excited to see how they do. But when we got to me, I was the last person in line, and immediately when I came up to get my picture taken, it was just me and the judge in the room at this point. She looked at me and she was like, "Let me tell you something about your audition." And in that moment, guys, I think my heart just dropped because I was so scared of what she was gonna say. I was like, oh my gosh, like, was it that bad? Like, why did I make it this far? Like, maybe it's good. Like, so many things were running through my head, and I was so nervous for whatever she was about to say. But she actually ended up saying some really sweet things. She basically looked at me and she was like, when you first came in for your audition, all I saw on your face was pure terror. And in that moment, I was just kind of like, yeah, like, I couldn't argue with that. I was sure that it was very obvious that I was so nervous when I started my dance in the beginning of my audition. She was like, as soon as I saw your smile and as soon as I really started to see your energy come out throughout the audition, I wanted to see what else you could do. I just got so emotional. Like, I was really about to cry, guys, just because it was so sweet of her to say these things. She didn't need to say these things at all. She gave me such a big confidence boost because I was so insecure about my entire audition. I'm just standing there listening to her tell me these things, and my cheeks are hurting because I was smiling so hard throughout the rest of my audition. I probably looked so awkward. I was like, thank you. Like, just trying to keep it together while she was looking me in the eye, telling me all these wonderful things about my audition. Walking out of the audition, I was thinking that I had a really, really good chance of getting casted, and maybe I did, I don't know, because I was so excited. And then, you know, a couple weeks later I found out that I was not casted to be a character performer, and I was really disappointed. But then between that time, I had been casted for merchandise, which is one of my top roles, so I was excited about that, but also kind of hoping for character performer. And when I found out I didn't get it, I was obviously really disappointed. And because of how my audition went and because of the things she said, I was kind of expecting it more than I ever did in the beginning. So, you know, that was kind of rough for me. But overall, it was such a great experience, and I would definitely do it again. Like I said, Disney Audition is one of the most fun auditions you'll ever go to, ever. You'll meet the best kind of people. Some of them I'm still friends with, and I can't wait to meet them once we move down to Florida. So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my Disney College Program audition experience. It actually went really well. Even though I didn't get casted, it was just such a great experience, and I'm definitely open to auditioning again in the future, and I'm really excited to see what my role now, which is merchandise, has in store for me. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I am going to insert this little clip of when I found out that I was being considered for a character performer. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye! So I don't usually do these, but this is like a really big deal. So I just got done at my Disney audition for the college program. If you guys didn't know, I was going to that. And I got all the way to the 3rd round because they made cuts throughout, and they took my height, I did paperwork, and they took pictures of me because at the very end they told me that I'm being considered to be a face character. Like, what? Like, that's so crazy, and I'm so excited, and I'm so happy that I went because I almost didn't, and I just felt like telling some of you guys